pace with control of this race. Here comes a run from Davey Hazard. He blocks the 10. Not going to be enough. Ryan Pace is going to win at Talladega.
Trying to hold off Wilson. He's done a good job so far. Wilson, one last desperate attempt to the bottom. He won't get there. Nick Curry wins at Bristol.
Coming out turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway here. Looks like he's in a class of his own right now.
Merzlak, one final time, get around the 55, big time send.
He hits the wall, he hits it, he gets the lead, but can he hang on to it? Oh my goodness, he made it to the line!
Big push down the backstretch is going to give him a good run through the corners.
Just a little bit
Follow from the 1.
A little bit of contact there for second, but coming to the line, Toby Roberson's going to take home the checkered flag and victory here from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series presented by Voiles Trucking, live here on JTN. We're so glad you joined us here tonight from the Bristol Motor Speedway, Thunder Valley. As always, my name is Joe Townetwork. I'll be your host here tonight. And well, folks, you know him, you love him. He's my colleague. He's my co-hostess with the mostest, the one and only Mr. Joseph Weaver, returning to the booth here tonight. Weaver, welcome back to Bristol.
Thank you for having me, Joe, and thank you everybody at home for welcoming us into your homes tonight. Like Joe said, going to be a tough race here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. It's always a fun track to come to, Joe.
It's a fun track. I mean, our producer, Bristol, he's happy that we're here at Bristol. It's going to be a fun night of racing for sure. This, of course, is your AutoSim 2 race preview. Remember, AutoSim 2 is now available on Steam for $9.99. Go check it out. Go give it a download. Go play it because it is endless possibilities and endless fun. Again, that's AutoSim 2 now available on Steam. 175 laps tonight around the world's fastest half mile, Weaver. That can feel like an eternity, especially when you're, in a group that's as good as this one at BSR.
Yeah, Joe, 175 laps, it looks like a lot, but I promise you that it's going to go by quick here tonight. These drivers are probably going to get that last pit stop in. They're going to wonder where all the time went. I think they're going to have to be on it from the get-go here tonight.
So they're singing, "Where did the time go?"
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't sing it for a reason. Remember, folks, if you haven't already, we'd appreciate it if you made sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, click like on the video when you do that. It helps support us so much here on JTN. Again, as always, cannot thank you enough for tuning in. And we hope to see you throughout the night. Greg in chat asking about the caution count for tonight. Oh, Greg, I hope it's not that many. I think we're going to be looking at a good, clean race because as Magoo says there, welcoming Kevin, only 2 last night. So...
Want to put some doggy biscuits on an over-under?
Nah, I'm good. I'm too tired to bet. I might have blown through a red light today. I honestly don't even remember. It's been a long day.
Been there before.
But again, folks, can't thank you enough for tuning in. Already incriminating myself here on JTN tonight. Qualifying looks like it has concluded. Weaver, why don't you take us through tonight's starting lineup?
With pleasure, Joe, taking pole position, setting a time of 15.512. It's 18 car of Tyler Mallon. Starting outside row 1 is the 93 of BSR Ricky J. Row 2 is the 011 of Steve Grant and the 144 of BSR Magoo. Row 3 is the 66 of BSR Terry Scott and the 103 of BSR Nelly. Row 4 is the 8 of Cody Luke and the 4 of BSR Silver Bullet. Row 5 is the 028 of BSR Monty Keller and the 49 of BSR Brain Fade. Row 6 is the 68 of BSR Brian Voiles and the 9 of Ken Hansen. And row 7 all alone is the 99 of Brandon Hawken.
Watch out for that 99 starting at the back of the field tonight. Also, an attaboy to Magoo in the 144, one of its best qualifying results of the season here tonight, starting up there in the top 5.
2 weeks in a row, Magoo looking good in the qualifying trim, looking to get a good finish again this week. He did have a good finish last week, right?
I think he did.
I thought he had a
Like I
really
said,
decent.
been a long week. Been a while.
It seems like it's been a long week, Joe. A lot longer than it really is, you know.
Mhm. Plus, folks at home, I hope no one's, watching other racing, because I'm pretty sure we're going to have the best racing here on JTN tonight. Right?
Absolutely.
He was like, yeah, of course. Mm-hmm.
Everybody making their last few laps here, last chance to make some changes here tonight before we're locked in for 175 laps here at Bristol. Got kind of old to it. Still got the white walls out here tonight.
What was the phrase that used to be said a lot about untested? Was it just untested changes?
Yeah, there's some untested changes.
I remember folks saying, I remember Austin saying that.
We was always coming out there with some untested changes.
Silver bullet there in the 4. Nah, Greg, you're right. You're right. It happens. It's gonna be an interesting race here tonight. Watch how these guys navigate this one. Coming back to a racetrack too. I mean, how much does the idea? How much do you look back at the race in the spring here, at Bristol, Weaver?
I think you could look back on it quite a good bit here, Joe. I think you should have some good notes here. You should know how your car ran, especially through some runs if you ran that race earlier this year. So definitely should have some knowledge here going into this race. Gotta have the knowledge.
What kind of knowledge are you looking for?
I think you need a little bit of it all, honestly. You need just general knowledge.
Are you ready to go?
I'm ready, Joe.
Drivers, to your cars.
Cars getting lined up here on the grid as we await the command to get engines fired from the Bristol Motor Speedway. Look, there's just an empty row for us.
We're observing spacing here.
Yes. You can see it's a sold-out crowd here tonight. Just realized why the command was so delayed. Apologies to the drivers out there.
Said this is the hottest ticket in Tennessee.
That's because Volunteers playing down in Florida this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got in the swamp, real quick, before we go?
Oh, that's going to be a tough one for Florida. I don't see the way they come out with a W there.
Good thing Ryan ain't watching.
Hey, I mean, crazier things have happened with those two teams playing there, so you never know.
You never know. Never know what you're going to see here on a Thursday night. Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series action getting ready to get underway here from Bristol. Tyler Mallon with the pole, Ricky J to the outside, Steve Grant, Magoo, and Terry Scott, your top 5. 175 laps. Let's get it underway. Greek flag, and we're racing here in Thunder Valley.
Everybody off to a good start. Tyler Mallon going to take over the lead with Ricky J slotting into second.
Nelly able to get by Terry Scott for the 5th position in the 103. Now going to start to try to apply some pressure to Magoo, and we'll get into the inside of the 144.
And Magoo knows what he's racing for here tonight. He's going to let Nelly go here.
Already seeing a lot of these cars. They're drifting up the track in the center of the corner waiver, then bringing that car back down to the bottom on exit to try to get a straight run off. Is that going to be the way to go here tonight?
Yeah, I think so, Joe. Enter it as low as you can. Keep that momentum up. Let the tires kind of do a lot of the work of slowing the car down while it drifts up. And like you said, straighten up that exit as well as you can so you can get that power down quick and early.
Greg, I do remember that. I remember always wanting to go to Bristol as a kid, and just, money was always the issue. But also, getting the tickets and stuff always would have been a huge issue. This place used to sell out for both races, too. But we got to sell it here at BSR because we're just better. Welcome in, Furco.
Should make that a meetup some year, Joe, the night race.
Next year, I'll do it. I'm down.
Good, maybe year after. We got a lot of things working next year, so
wow.
We'll see.
Wow.
Listen, we got other things. May might be a thing. I know you got Indy next year. Ain't you doing the 500?
I want to.
And we got that little karting thing in this. There's just a lot going on next year already. We'll see. We'll see.
Tyler Mallon's got it going on right now. Has the race lead in the 18.
Ricky J applying some steady pressure there in second, though.
Steve Grant kind of holding serve with those two. Brandon didn't actually start tonight, right? In the 99?
No, the 99 did not start the race.
Apologies, folks.
He fibbed us.
Yep. Welcome in, Aussie Bill. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday so far. Greg, do you have any tips about where to sit? Or is it one of those cases of there isn't a bad seat in the house? Brandon got called to go run an iRacing league, says Zach, so there's your answer. He's got points over there, okay.
I feel like this is one of those ones where that is kind of all racing tracks. The higher up, the better.
Yeah. I wonder if the air quality gets really bad towards the bottom. It has to, right?
I don't know, because I feel like there's a lot of air moving there that would get it, Who knows?
Not
Who
us.
knows? Top two starting to put a little bit of a gap on third place. Steve Grant, Ricky J not letting off Tyler Mallon's bumper here. Nelly still running in fourth. Terry Scott rounding out your top 5.
Do you know what happened to Magoo? Falling all the way back to 12th.
Not sure. It might just be oh, it looks like quite a while ago he had some contact with the outside wall, kind of rode the wall. That hurt his momentum for lap, let everybody by. Got a little bit of that Bristol strike going.
Top 2 in points, top 2 on the racetrack right now.
The grueling playoff points battle all year. Just as grueling as these two's affairs on track have been. A couple lap cars not too far ahead. Tyler Mountain's probably going to start thinking about how to get around them here soon as they go too wide.
Magoo getting on by the 68. That's Brian Boyles. A big thank you to BSR Wings, who does a lot of the painting here, for differentiating the 68 and 93 for us. They were already a little bit different, but I confused them a little too much, and now the 93 has more blue on it, has a blue spoiler. It is appreciated. And does not go unnoticed. Both good looking race cars. Nelly in the 103's kind of lost some ground to second place Steve Grant. Other than that, Weaver, we're staying pretty static.
Yeah, everybody kind of logging laps right now. That premium of these tires that went off now about to work lap 30. So, definitely not driving as good as they were at the start of this race. Definitely not a ton of fall off yet, though, either.
Yeah. Greg, sometimes I need ear protection up here in the booth.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, tonight isn't one of those nights. What do you mean? What?
What?
I don't know. Upcoming races here on JTN, presented by our friends at SchemeHaven.com. Next time we're live, Twin Weaver and I from Daytona. MOT Truck Series action on Sunday, September 17th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Then the Maverick Cup Series heads to the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday. And the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series 1 week from tonight heads back to Texas, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Those races and much, much more, of course, live right here only on JTN. Allen's starting to pull away from Ricky J, ever so slightly.
Steve Grant looks to be maybe closing in just a little bit. Definitely not losing any time to these two. You know, Joe, speaking on the ear protection thing, that's something I was always spoiled at going to Daytona. You don't need ear protection to Daytona.
You need it everywhere. I
want to hear your car. The thing with Daytona, you know, they're in a pack, so they go by and you wait another minute and you don't hear nothing.
Yeah, maybe. If you're high enough up, sure, but if you're like I'm only like first 15 rows because I'm cheap, and I can't.
No, we on We on the fence since a baby. Know your protection.
All right.
Huh?
I said all right.
Huh? I can't hear you.
Folks, just a reminder, always wear ear protection. I almost said something else that would have meant something completely different.
Just always wear protection.
Yeah. I mean, it's true,
Good
right?
advice.
You need gloves. You know, if you're handling dangerous chemicals, you should probably wear some gloves. Have some protection on your eyes, like some glasses or even some goggles, depending on what you're handling, you know?
Always got those on.
Are they rated?
I mean, they've lasted long enough. They gotta be some sort of rated. I've had these things since sophomore year of high school.
Wow. And they're still good?
No, I can't see a thing. I need new glasses.
Oh, Weaver. We'll get on that vision insurance plan.
No, I just need to make the appointment.
Oh, you got you okay.
Appointments.
All right, do you need me to make that appointment for you?
I mean, if you want to. I didn't know that was all included here.
Optometrist in Weaver's area. But I'm actually typing in your area. I just don't, you know. We're not oof sides. We don't just try to dox people.
I mean, we always say I'm at, hometown.
We always
never
say,
go to Daytona,
yeah, when Daytona, but that ain't exactly where you be living.
I mean, we allude to it being very close. Ain't many options. Some more lap traffic here for Tyler Mountain. He's going to look for options to get around them. He goes to the inside of Braintree. Going to look to do the same here for Silver Bullet.
How does JC Penney sound?
They still open?
I don't know.
Ooh. Real tight there for Ricky J out of turn 4. He was trying to get by Silver Bullet, caught him right at a bad spot on corner exit, but gets through nonetheless. Now it's Steve Grant's turn to navigate the lap traffic. Someone continues that slip back as that 103 of Nelly. Terry Scott now closing in, trying to get up into the 4th position.
Already closing in on 50 laps into this one. Like you said, Weaver, this thing's flying by.
Yeah, especially when these guys start getting spread out even more like this. You see Tyler Mellon starting to stretch the legs a little bit for the lead here. We still got about another 30-40 laps before these guys got to start thinking about pitting. So we're just out here Thursday night drive. Talked about an over-under before this race, Joe. I was going to put the line at 3. What were you thinking there?
I would have went under on 3.
Looking good for an under right now, and that's what we like to see. Fall off, not all too heavy for our leaders. Only a couple tenths down on their fastest lap. gaps, holding at about 7/10 back to second, almost 3 seconds now back to third place.
Goo getting out of the way of the leaders. Harry Scott's still kind of just ever so slightly closing in on Nelly. Nelly got into the wall a little bit there. Off of turn 2. We'll keep our eyes on this battle for the time being. This for the 4th spot.
That gap back to second has now grown to over a second for Tyler Mallon. Really starting to strengthen his lead here towards the end of this first run.
Yeah, Greg, it's probably, I don't know, fuel run I think was like 70, 75 laps in the spring because we also run the 2X wear. So you consume everything at twice the rate that you normally would. So I still think we're going to probably see 2 pit stops here tonight. Maybe a pit here in the next 10 laps or so, and then you pit again around lap 140 to kind of make that last run of the race really short. But with the fuel and tire wear, you're seeing such a fall. I mean, what are they running right now compared to their fastest lap times of the night, Weaver?
Last time by, our leader Tyler Mallon ran a 16.161. His fastest lap in sessions of 15.7. So not a ton of fall off. Not really what you might expect, but still some decent fall off.
Is that I thought you said a 15.7 was his fastest lap, and he's running 16.1s?
Yes.
Yeah, 4/10. Almost half a second. It's still fall off, right? I mean...
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Tyler's the leader, too. I'd have to think the fall off's a little more drastic for some of these other guys.
Yeah, going back just to second place, Ricky J, his last lap, 16.402, around the same fastest lap, 15.7s.
Yeah. So closing in on a second of fall off there with Ricky J, who sits second. Just shows you how good this 18 has been this year. It's been an impressive season for Tyler Mallon and this Interstate Batteries bunch, but still got to close the deal, right? You still got many races left here in the year, and still got to close the deal out. Anytime we talk.
Can't afford a slip up because you know Ricky J is going to be there. He's going to be trying to capitalize.
I mean, anytime we talk to Tyler, first thing Tyler always says is, "Well, I'm just gonna try to win next week. I'm gonna try to win next week." And that mindset and that philosophy is really proved advantageous for this team. They feel like they can win every week. They go out and they try to win every week. And weeks where they don't, it really stings. But the weeks where they do, they feel satisfied. Which satisfaction and being happy about a win are different, but sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's all good, Joe. Yeah, when you're that 18, you know you got the speed like he does. That's all you're really trying to do is go out there and get the wins, try and strengthen that point lead. So if you fall short, it can be tough when you're having a season like he's having this year.
As we're slowing down for our first caution of the night here on lap 71. Welcome in, Nick. You saw it live. 4-car. Getting sent by the leader. That's not good, Weaver.
No, not at all. Not what you were looking for there. If you're the driver of that 4-car Silver Bullet, he was racing the car ahead, brain fade for position.
Everybody on the lead lap gonna come down pit lane this time by. Have to use the whole pit road even under green flag conditions, with this being the old configuration. All right, Weaver, you got a good fuel run in you. We have 100 laps to go, or around that when we go back green. Any major swings and adjustments with how this race was trending?
No, if you're our leader, Tyler Mallon, I ain't touching a thing. Outside of that, I don't know. Maybe Steve Grant make some swings at it. He had some pretty big fall off towards the end of that run. I think maybe Ricky J makes a little change. I wouldn't change too much. Maybe just in the driving style, and save a little more tire before the end of the run. If I'm that 93, sorry. What are you doing to it, Joe?
I was never good at those in-race adjustments. I think, like you said, I honestly think driving adjustments are a lot bigger. So Tyler gonna have to come back down pit road to serve the penalty. Top off on fuel. That's the problem when you cause a caution. Put yourself at a deficit.
Yeah, and this isn't really the easiest track to make up positions safely, so gonna be seeing that 18 car digging to come back up to the front.
We're back green. Was sleeping there, Weaver. I was sleeping.
Back underway. Ricky J leads us. Steve Grant in second. Nelly in third. Gonna be interesting to see how Ricky J plays this. Whether he wants to try and establish a big lead. A big lead on Tyler Mallon, or if he wants to try and save his tires, knowing that 18 is going to be pushing hard to get up through the field here.
How much room the 4-car gave the 18 that time? And I don't want to get spun out again. Thank you very much.
I think they call that saying the quiet part out loud.
Whoops. Upcoming races here on JTN, presented by our friends at SchemeHaven.com. MOT Trucks, Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Daytona. Don't miss it. Maverick Cup Series action on Tuesday from New Hampshire. And then 1 week from tonight, we're back. Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series action from the Texas Motor Speedway. Again, those races much, much more live right here on JTN as the battle for the lead starting to get a little interesting. Steve Grant trying to apply some pressure to the back of Ricky J.
Bristol night race, Texas coming up. Know what all that means, Joe?
The year is ending.
That it does. And you know what the year ending brings?
A new one?
No, it brings not hot weather. I am very ready for some cooler temperatures.
I was gonna say a break for Joe. Brings that too, right? Right?
I'm giving you a little side eye in the booth.
Weaver's like, no.
If you say so. Up at the front, looks like that 93 Ricky J might be doing the latter of those two strategies, maybe trying to save his tires a little bit here, knowing he can gain an advantage on the 18 this run, kind of backing up to the 011 of Steve Grant, keeping those next three cars close and tail behind.
Yeah, only run as hard and as fast as you have to, right?
Yeah, you know that 18 is going to be pushing hard to get through this field, but not probably going as 100%, probably a 95. I think Ricky J's probably at about an 80 right now.
I'd like to say for the second straight year, we are making better time than the Truck Series race.
Oh, that's a good.
They're currently on lap 64, according to the NASCAR app. Don't forget to get your fan rewards, Weaver.
I'm doing it right now.
And
Not
everyone
really,
else,
but
everyone else out there, don't forget to use your NASCAR.com fan rewards to get like free tickets, and it's kind of like it's almost like a life hack at this point, you know. But hey, free tickets.
boy, I plan on taking advantage of them next year. All these points I've accrued.
Get some. I don't know where. Any track but Daytona. What one you going to? You gotta pick somewhere far away.
You know what, Joe? I'm gonna pick Bristol.
Okay. I like it. Something mesmerizing about watching cars here at Bristol.
Always a good time.
So
Tyler Mountain getting by the 028 Monty Keller.
Tyler back
Money.
inside the top 5.
Already was. Monty
Oh.
Keller's a lap down.
Look at me not knowing the rules.
Who did stay behind that 028 maybe a little longer than he had wanted.
$75 laps to go. When we get back to the line, this race well over halfway complete. Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series action live from the Bristol Motor Speedway. I'm JoeTowNetwork, joined up here at the booth by my colleague Joseph Weaver, bringing you the action all season long, live right here on JTN. Be live through the rest of the season as well. I believe there's a makeup race somewhere to be scheduled at Indianapolis, or maybe not. We'll keep you posted on that, but for the time being, the championship battle, it has been fierce, and it's locked between this 193 car of Ricky J and the 18 of Tyler Mallon. Now, Tyler dominated the first half of this race, but then, well, Tyler got a little aggressive trying to get around the 4 car of Silver Bullet, trying to put the 4 car a lap down, ran into the back of that Camaro, brought out our first and only caution so far of the night, and gave Ricky J the lead after pit stops. Mallon clawing back up into the 5th spot. Ricky J, your race leader, now starting to try to pull away from second place Steve Grant. That gets you updated on where we are in this one here from Bristol.
And Tyler Mallon hasn't really been able to close in too much more on this gap to the leader. Last time by was at 2.5 seconds. This time by just it was about a 10th closer, so cutting down that gap, but not as quick as I would think he would want here. Later as we go in this run, the more those tires are gonna not do what you want.
Weaver, what's your favorite memory from Bristol?
Favorite memory of Bristol?
Yep.
Well, Carl did get a couple wins here, so those are pretty good.
Yeah, my favorite memory of Bristol is when I got him.
Yeah, I think my favorite for that one's gonna be when you get rid of them. Speechless. Silver Bullet looks to be one of the first to come down pit road here. You okay, Joe?
You have the audacity to say something like that on the air, let alone say it at all. How dare you talk about our producer like that?
What? He knows it was a joke.
Does he? He's crying.
That ain't my fault. He knows how I am.
To live a life where nothing is your fault. The Joseph Weaver way.
If he knew what words were, he would say the same thing.
I don't think so.
I don't know. You may never know, though.
Hopefully for your sake. Tyler Mallon's up into 3rd while we're having a little marital riff here. Ricky J's still the leader, though. Update on the 4 force feedback issues are gonna park Silver Bullets, Crown Royal Chevrolet. An unfortunate way for the night to end. There's just a spider dangling in front of my face. What is going on tonight?
I don't know. It's just the spider trying to get you in the mood. It's the spooky season coming up.
Wait, he's only the 93 now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Thanks, Ricky.
You figured that out last week.
I forgot this week.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome in, Kathy. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, folks, if you're just tuning in, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed. Again, doing so helps support us so much here on JTN. Joe Twansky joined by Joseph Weaver up here in the booth. Ricky J, your race leader, closing in on 50 laps to go here from Bristol. I'm going to give him a hard time.
You doing that?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Well, he changed his number. You can't do that.
I feel like you had this discussion with him last week. Am I in Groundhog Day?
No, but I'm folks, transparency with you. It has been a long week. Rain fade in the wall right in front of the leader. It's going to allow the 18 to catch up.
Here comes Tyler Mallon. We saw him real strong at the end of that first run. Now looking real strong here at the end of this run. Ricky J tried to get that good lead established. Tried to save his stuff a little bit for this moment right here. Is he going to be able to hold off this 18 before they have to come in and make their final pit stop of the race?
And they can make that final pit stop whenever they want. And remember, they have to pit off of turn number 2. They have to run the whole pit road.
Yeah, I think now it's going to be one of those situations of who blinks first. Like you said, Joe, anybody can make it to the end from here. When do you want to pit? You got a lot of time to work with before you're running out of fuel, so. I think if we see this 18 of Tyler Mallon get by Ricky J, that's when Ricky J is going to come in to pit. If he can hold on to the lead, might come down to who makes that first move. Just don't want to do what Tyler Reddick did.
Slowly, methodically trying to find a way around Ricky J is Tyler Mallon in the 18. Ramping up the pressure now, trying to dive to the inside into 3. Ricky J shuts the door once again. The battle for the lead is on here at Bristol with just 40 laps to go. Coming up on lap traffic, that's Magoo in the 144. Ricky J has to be careful not to make contact. We saw the 18 do something similar earlier in this race, and Ricky J was the one applying the pressure. That's the 93 dives to the bottom. Here comes Tyler Mallon to the inside, gonna drift up the track. Almost calamity here at the front as the leaders almost tangle.
Fighting hard. Ricky J knows he needs to hold on to this spot until pit stops.
These two cars, they're about equal for the first 30 laps of a run, and well, Ricky J can make about 6 more laps in front of the 18. That'll get you to that magical 30 window. Here comes Malin, though, to the inside, off of turn number 2. They're still side by side. Drag race down into 318, gonna send it on in. Drift up in front, and Tyler Malin retakes the lead here on lap 140.
No, if I'm Ricky J, this is where I start thinking about pitting here soon. You want to get that undercut going on Malin. You can get an advantage by pitting before him.
Or we're completely wrong and they can make it to the end on fuel.
Nah, there's no... Well... Nah, there's no way. There's already been too many people pitting.
I just like to throw that in there to kind of confuse you a little bit, Weaver. Get your brain thinking.
Now, Ricky J not going quietly here, still fighting hard on the rear end of Tyler Malin, giving him a lot to think about, trying to force a mistake out of that 18.
So Zach says 85, and that sounds right, Zach. And if it is 85, that puts us right on the cusp. I think you'll have to pit, but how much and how much fuel, and if you take any tires, that'll be the question for that pit stop. Continue to watch these two leaders battle.
Tyler Malin not quite able to pull away like he did that first run. Ricky J holding close might be due to the fact Malin was not leading this whole run like he was that first run. And had to use his tires a little bit early.
Heavy traffic in front of the leaders. Nelly coming off a pit lane in the 103. Fresh tires on that car. Rain Fade in the 49 with fresh tires is also closed in on these leaders. And Brain actually applying some pressure to the back of Ricky J, looking to the inside.
Now these leaders can see firsthand that type of advantage they'd gain if they were to come in and pit and get these fresh tires right now.
I think they feel too good about themselves to take the tires if they don't have to. I mean, if you're Tyler Malin too, don't press the issue on any of these lap cars. Let them by. You're pulling away from Ricky J. You got a healthy margin back to the 193.
93.
Alright. We'll make a jar next week. And here comes the 18.
And Ricky J as well coming down the pit.
That's... Alright, Weaver, I'm gonna... Can I be level with you?
What's that?
and the fans at home. What is this dude doing? You can't pit with the 18, right?
I think you have to. Pitting after him wasn't going to gain you any spots. That's just going to give up time
Well,
to
then
him.
why didn't you pit before him?
I was wondering the same thing, Joe. I would have hit that. Like I said, about whenever he started pulling away for sure, but I think the move would have been right after he passed me.
Can't go over it, can't go under it. We have to go through it? Nuh-uh. Nah. Ricky J, 2
Give me a chance
tires.
to talk to him later.
Oh, you know what? Maybe he's going to prove me wrong. He took 2 tires.
Get him a gap here for now. How long will it last?
Can he hold on to it for 15 laps? Or just over? That's the question.
On him just about a half a lap gap here.
Well, okay. We said he had to do something different. We thought it was he had to pit at a different time than the 18. Different call on how many tires to take. And you know Tyler's going to be running like a bat out of hell.
All that said, 9 car of Ken Hansen has inherited the lead.
Kent. I haven't said his name too much here tonight. Malin going on by. I think Nelly's going to go on by, get a lap back. I'm a little surprised too, Zach. I think Ken's going to try to just stretch it here, Weaver. Or maybe wait for that caution. Maybe, you know, something in the Hail Mary strategy side of things. Try to get this 9 car a good finish, if not a victory.
Does still have a 10-second gap to Ricky J in second, but that gap's closing quick. Oh, we got big wreck in turn.
Oh, it's
3 and
Tyler
4.
Malin.
Tyler Malin's around. Is that Ricky J as well?
No, that's Brian Voiles.
Brian Voiles up against the wall. There's one other involved as well. Didn't catch who that was.
What? Here's the replay. 18, high rate of speed. 68 gets a little loose. Both these cars around. Ugh, Nelly gonna get involved in it too.
That was our what would have been second and third place cars when that cycled through, but not gonna see the cycle now.
It's disastrous for the 18 because I think Tyler's gonna be all the way at the back of the lead lap with flat spotted tires and oh boy.
This one's gonna be interesting. Not sure how this one's gonna play out.
See Ricky J pitting here too. So does Nelly. Makes sense. So Tyler gonna stay out. The other thing is I don't know who's getting blamed for that caution. Ricky J wins the race off pit road. I think took left.
Question. Really a hard one to assign blame. It's a tough situation with Brian Voiles getting loose on corner exit there. You got Tyler Mellon with the fresh tires, faster car trying to get by. A recipe for disaster. Tell you what, Joe, we might not be done either. We're going to have a short run to end this. We got Tyler Mallon staying out. He's going to inherit the lead here. But like you said, scuffed tires, older tires.
Zach, I don't know.
Steve Grant as well opting to not come down this time, so he's going to be on some older tires.
Second caution of the night, we're going to go back green with 5 laps to go here from the Bristol Motor Speedway. Tyler Mallon, Steve Grant, Ricky J, Ken Hansen, Nelly, your top 5. Terry Scott, Monty Keller right behind in 6th and 7th. And 5 laps to go when we get the restart. Caution will end the race virtually.
Tell you who's really happy with that caution. The 9 of Ken Hansen able to come down and get 4 fresh tires here, restart in 4th.
Let's see what happens here. Dodge Charger pace car is in. Tyler Mallon with control here for the restart. 5 laps to go. Green flag. We're back underway. Good jump there for the 18. Able to get 2-3 car lengths over the 11 of Steve Grant down to turn 3.
Top 3 all have some form of older tires on. That's going to hold them up here as Tyler Mallon starts to spread his legs on the lead here, looking for just a few more clean laps.
3 to go. Brian claimed the caution. Thank you, Kathy. Tyler Mallon gets the race lead back after a late caution that this 18 car is involved in. We'll see the white flag as the leader. 1 lap to go here from Bristol.
1 more lap for Tyler Mallon. Steve Grant in 2nd, Ricky J in 3rd, but he's got some pressure from Ken Hansen.
Off of turn number 4, it's going to be Tyler Mallon taking home the checkered flag here tonight from Bristol. Steve Grant, Ricky J in 3rd, Ken Hansen in a close 4th, and then the 103 of Nelly rounding out your top 5. Tyler Mallon wins again, folks, if you haven't already. Click the like button on the video and subscribe. Doing so helps support us so much here on JTN. We can't thank you enough for all of that support you give us. Make sure you leave a comment, say hello before you go. Tyler Mallon will bring it around and get to burn it down for the fans here in Thunder Valley. Move on to our post-race results. Get those on your screens in mere moments. Again, folks, can't thank you enough for tuning in here tonight to JTN. While we get those results for you, let's get a word with our friends from AutoSim 2. Have you ever wanted to manage your own racing team? Or what if you could go back in time to see if a particular season could have finished differently? Well, folks, have no fear, because AutoSim 2 is here. With fully customizable roster files, you can create your own world or try to recreate the past. Heck, you could even try to predict the future through AutoSim 2's Sim Mode. Don't like the passive approach? Well, then get more hands-on in owner mode, where you decide who drives your cars and what companies will sponsor them. Down on your luck? Well, then scout some new talent that will get you to the top. Already super successful? Try moving up the ladder or expanding to truly solidify your racing empire. However you want to play, AutoSim 2 has you covered and is now available for purchase through the Steam store for $9.99. Now go make your mark and build your legacy in AutoSim 2. And again, folks, AutoSim 2 is now available on Steam for $9.99. Go check it out. Again, AutoSim 2 now available on Steam for $9.99. Let's go ahead and start by bringing in our race winner down in victory lane, a sword in hand, driver the number 18, Tyler Mallon. Tyler, do you got a copy?
I got a copy, Joe.
All right, late race caution, late race pit stops. First off, how screwed did you feel you were taking 4 when you saw the 93 car only taking 2?
I knew it was going to be hard to catch him. To be honest, I probably wouldn't have caught him if it had stayed green. And then I got in that wreck there. I probably my fault. I probably could have laid off a little more, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know what happened. I'd have to go look at it. But I wrecked, and then I saw my tires weren't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's really hard to pass here, so I was like, if I stay out here, they might not be able to get back by. And it worked out. But yeah, probably shouldn't be here talking to you with the win here, if I'm being honest.
Well, you are. You get the win, and it's a well-deserved win. You lead the most laps, 100 of the 175 here tonight.
That's not bad.
How much of a Hail Mary was that staying out at the end, or with it being so hard to pass here tonight? You know, we saw the battle between you and Ricky there in that second long green flag run. It seemed like it was really tough for you to get around him, even though it felt like you had the better car. How much of a Hail Mary is it to stay out there late with, as you said, the tires didn't really seem to wear?
It was. I felt like it was more safe than trying to pit and pass people, because, like I said, track position here is so important, and passing is so difficult, and it takes at least like 6 or 7 laps to actually complete a pass unless they mess up. And I know these guys aren't going to mess up, so I had a track position as my friend there. I was honestly surprised when everybody came down pit road on the last caution. I was like, it's 10 to go. What are you? Maybe I don't know. All I know is I'm grateful to be in victory lane. Don't really feel like I deserved it after wrecking twice that race, but I'll take it. That's for sure.
Well, another victory on the year, Tyler. Congratulations once again here after the victory at Bristol. Before we let you go, I want to give you the opportunity. Got a lot of great partners. Got a lot of great stuff going on. The floor is yours. You know what to do.
Thank you. Thank you to you guys for broadcasting. Shout out to Magoo and Brian and Kathy Voiles, all they do for the series. Interstate Batteries for being on the car. Sorry to Matt for getting into him there while I was trying to get by him. I went to the inside, and then I tried to back out of it, but it was too late, and it was entirely my fault. I should have been way more patient, but that's on me, so I'm sorry for that. And yeah, it was a good race.
Well, a fun time.
Only 2 cautions at Bristol. It's surprising,
I know,
actually.
right? But a fun time up here in the booth for us tonight as well, Tyler. Again, congratulations on the victory here from Bristol. And again, as always, pleasure talking with you, and can't thank you enough for your time.
Thank you.
Tyler Mallon, driver of the 18, your race winner here tonight from Thunder Valley. Let's go ahead and bring in our second place finisher, driver of the 011, Steve Grant. Steve, you got a copy?
Yeah, how's it going?
It's going pretty well. It feels like it went pretty well for you in this 011 team here tonight. Take us through tonight.
Qualified, we kind of screwed up a little bit, but it was far enough up there that I was able to hang on to the leaders, but I didn't have anything for Ricky or Tyler. They just, when it got down to about 30 laps to go, I started to drop off a little.
How tough was it to kind of keep the tires and keep the car underneath you throughout the run? Obviously, Bristol is one of these more intense tracks behind the wheel already. How tough was it to keep the car underneath you on top of that?
You just had to take it a little easy at the beginning of the run to try to save for the end of the run. I had another setup that's a lot faster, but it really gives up the ghost. So I ran this one. This one's actually based off of one of Keith's setups. So thanks, Keith.
And obviously late race caution there. You elect to stay out. we talked with Tyler. Tyler said, it was so tough to pass. Did you have that same feeling that staying out was going to give you the best opportunity to get the finish that you rightfully deserved here tonight?
Well, I'm not sure if they took 4 or 2. I think they took 2, and I took 4. So that's why I made the decision to just stay out, and in case a caution came out or whatever.
Fair enough. Well, Steve, again, congratulations on the second place run here tonight. Before we let you go, I want to give you the opportunity. Got some great partners on the car. Of course, Team Speedland's 25th anniversary. I want to give you the opportunity. Shout outs and sponsors. The floor is yours. You know what to do.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my teammates that, well, none of them really showed up tonight, but Jason and Wiley and Bob Gibson and Randy, they don't run over here, but I think they're going to run over here next year. And Magoo and Brian for putting this all on. It's usually a lot of fun to run over here. It's kind of odd to run a Bristol race with 2 yellows. I'm sure that kind of freaked you out. It's like, gee, I don't have to talk so much. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, Steve, hey, we are always fans of the Green Flag Racing. Again, congratulations on this great run here tonight. It's always a pleasure to get the opportunity to talk with you. And again, can't thank you enough for your time.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks for putting on the show.
Our pleasure. Steve Grant, driver of the 011, second place finisher here tonight from Bristol. Let's go ahead and finally bring in our third place finisher. He's the driver of the 93 Ford, Ricky J. Ricky, you got a copy?
I do.
All right, third place. Felt like you made the right call there with 2 tires at the end. What went wrong?
Just bad luck, I guess. A couple things did go wrong, though. The car was all right, but it was really loose in the long run, so we went ahead and tightened it up mid-race. And then for about the last 25 to 30 laps, my throttle pedal started giving out on me.
Oh.
Which was not helpful.
No.
Go and look back at my replay, and I only have 95% throttle. I'm just like, bruh. So that kind of killed me. And then I didn't realize that until like the last 5 laps. I just didn't have any go on the straightaways, but we hung on, and I'll take a third.
Weaver, do you think that's just an excuse he's making?
I don't know, man. It's hard to tell. I have to look at the SMT data and see what it says.
I'll give you my replay.
No, I'm kidding. How obviously the championship battle, I think I've asked you that question every time, so I want to ask you a different one in regards to battling the 18. Obviously, early on in the race, you're the chaser. There at the middle of the race, you're the chasee. How tough is it to kind of gauge where you are in 2 different, scenarios during the race like that?
It can be really difficult. Just doing our best to try to pick the right strategy call and hope it works. It's kind of a lottery because depending on which way you go, on one hand you could want the caution, and then on the other hand you don't want the caution, and it's just the way everything falls sometimes.
Oh, Ricky, unfortunately doesn't fall your way here tonight, but nonetheless, a great finish up on the podium once again here. Before we let you go, I want to give you the opportunity. You're 2-time champ. You know what to do. The floor is yours, buddy.
So I want to say thank you to you guys for doing the broadcast every single week as you do. Thank you to Brian and Kathy Boyles from Boyles Trucking and Magoo and all these great guys here at BSR for everything you guys do. Thank you to everybody out there for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we will see you next week.
Ricky, again, congratulations on the podium. As always, it's a pleasure talking with you. And again, can't thank you enough for your time.
Thank you.
BSR Ricky J, driver of the 93, your third place finisher here tonight. Weaver, that's going to wrap it up here from Thunder Valley. How's that sound?
I think it sounds pretty good. Had a very good race. A lot of the drivers I mentioned, only 2 yellows. Set a pretty good line there, Joe.
Hey, that's what you got to do. That's how you win when you're the sports book. You set good lines. Folks, we can't thank you enough for being part of our bottom line here tonight. As always, great interactions here during these races. Can't thank you guys enough for being active in the chat throughout this one. And again, as always, we encourage you, make sure you click the like button, make sure you're subscribed, and if you feel like going the extra mile and you can go the extra mile, be a friend, tell a friend about our streams here on JT. And it does so much. Word of mouth advertising is the only advertising we do. And we can't thank you enough for being a part of that. The next time we are live is going to be Sunday night, MOT from Daytona. We'll be live 1 week from tonight with Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series at Action at Texas. As always, a big thank you to Brian and Kathy Voiles Trucking, for not only their support of the Bomb Squad Racing League Cup Series broadcast live here on JTN, but also their support of JTN. Thanks to the entire admin team here at BSR, and for all of us here at JTN, for Bristol, our producers, for my colleague Joseph Weaver. I've been Joe Twansky. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks.
Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh! Turn 4 into the tri-oval, Whitehill is through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
Off the line and they're wrecking behind him. U.S. cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down, it doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Behind, they're going to be side by side again. Contact there between Sinner and Bordeaux for
Oh, the contact! Oakley into the wall. That's going to be Jack Healy coming to the line.
Jack Healy